Hey friends, what's going on? Welcome to McFarland's Corner. You obviously see some changes behind me. We've done some improvements and some remodeling or some at least some cosmetic changes to the studio. So I feel very, very lucky that 2021 is laying out to be one of the best years ever. My 8th year here at Lake Fork as a fishing guide full time. Can't wait. So, with that being said, listen, the schedules are really, really full. There's only 5 days left in March. There's only 6 days left in April. May and June are filling really fast as well. So, if you want to fish with us, you better get on the books. All right. But I'm here to give you a little rundown. Fishing right now has been pretty interesting. You can catch them if you know where to be on Lake Fork. All right. We've really kind of had the kind of a mild warm trend for several days, but it's been enough to bring those water temperatures up. With that past full moon that we had fish that have come up into the shallows, and we're kind of holding there in reasonable water temperatures. Upper 40s, low 50s is what you should expect to see if you're coming this weekend. Some places that are shallow, it's even warmer. This morning when I woke up, there was fog coming off my pond. That's from yesterday's afternoon and nice warm trend. Held a little bit still chilly at night, and this next week, I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday-ish, it gets really, really cold again. So roller coaster ride. But right now, the trend, I didn't put in today, but the trend is 48 degree low, as warm as 58, 60 degrees. And so Main Lake backwaters is what I'm going to give you two temperatures for quite some time here, probably till we get into mid-spring, late spring, and then I'll back to just one daily Main Lake temp. But you got a 48 Main Lake, 53 backwaters on a daily basis. In some cases, places like the back of Little Caney, man, I've seen them warm up 20 degrees in 2 days, 30 degrees, honestly, and then right back down. So Lake Clarity, going to be the same for a while. 0 to 1 in the backs of the creeks, depending on where you are, what creek you're in. 1 to 2 foot in the Main Lake, kind of a Lake Fork green in some areas, and even a little bit of gunmetal blue, but very healthy, good colors. And it will remain the same until we flood. First big flood will change the colors, but until then, it's going to remain the same. Lake Level. The last time I think we did something that might have been as low as 402.17, which was about 2/3 of a foot low. We basically came back up to 402.32. I think that was the peak height. I don't think it got any higher than that. And now we are dropping, but so slowly. You'll notice here, yesterday 402.31, today 402.30. So I put an S here. That means stable. Basically, the lake is stable. It's not falling at any fast rate. To make a difference. And remember, I always talk about this because it's very important. If the water's rising, the fish are rising. If the water's falling, it tends to point them out. All right. So there's the little board report that you're going to get. Fish-wise, right now with this warm trend, if you're coming here the next few days of this weekend, it's rattle traps, square bills, even chatterbaits in some of the backwater, if you find the warm trended water. Don't come to Fork this weekend and say, Mike said to go throw a rattle trap and a square bill, and I didn't catch anything. You still have to find those key trending places. And then once you've found the warmest water that you can, fish those sun-bathed banks that are in those warm trended areas. Very important what I just said. Okay, so with that being said, man, if it was me, I wouldn't put the rattle trap down right now. I'd throw a light rattle trap. In some cases, if I was really, really shallow, because I'd want to throw it in as much in and around or in as much junk as I can get it. Not a lot of grass is in Lake Fork. Not a lot of grass in the winter anyways, but I'm going to go shallow with it. I may speed it up when I'm going over the top of real shallow shell beds or some of those warm trending clay areas because I just want them to snap at it. That's all I need them to do. So I go to a 1/2 ounce or maybe even a 3/4 if I find shallow water, a nice bank of red clay, for example. I would stick with that because I think that's what potentially might get me that surprise one cast to the right spot, gigantic fish of a lifetime. Largemouth bass are sunbathers. They love it when the sun's shining here on Lake Fork, and even in really cold water. If the sun's shining, they can come up and sunbathe in just inches of water and become vulnerable. And they will snap at that rattle trap, and it will get them right in that upper lip. So try like the Quake. I think the Quake 70 is a half ounce, or the Thud. I think the Quake 70 is 5/8, and the Thud is a half ounce. Always crawfish, red colors, red, orange, something like that. Remember, it's not just crawfish, it's the color of the brim. All right, that's kind of my rundown for you. You obviously see the new wall. Some really big things are going to be coming this year. I'm going to be giving you as much reports as I can, but I'm also taking on another venture with Tightlines UV, and we're going to be doing a lot of filming of fishing and fishing with their products. I've got some really cool up and coming stuff I want to, just catch your attention. This is something. Here's orange. Why does orange work so well in the middle of the winter in the cold, dirty water, or even really in just dark, dirty water? Well, how about UV reflective? That's why. UV reflective. We'll talk about that later. Anyways, a lot of cool things to come. Remember, if you're enjoying the rundowns, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, subscribe, man. Please subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of these along with a lot of teachings, a lot of product showcase, and hopefully having a really awesome time on Lake Fork, the Goat Lake, catching some really, really big fish this year. I'm going to close you with this. Those of you that are booked with me, thank you. I'm really looking forward to it. Those of you that have not, get booked with me, because we're going to rise up every big fish that comes aboard our boat. We're going to lift up every big fish that comes aboard McFarland Fishing's boat. And we're going to give credit to God, obviously, but we're lifting it up to respect Mr. Mark Pack. So I want to give as much love the entire year, 2021, dedicated to Mark Pack and the Impact Lures. Stay tuned and watch what happens. Thanks for watching, man. I'm Mike McFarland. Love y'all.